What's up, summoners? King Blair here. Today we're gonna be talking about the last GG collab hero, Elphelt, and whether or not you should pull for her. So if you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe, y'all. And the subscribe is really important because next week I got some spicy videos for you guys. I got a ML Haste showcase in Champion 1 Arena, Champion 1, Champion 2. I've got a guide on Raid Hell, and I also have a discussion how to help you in your mentality and something that helped me be a better player in all of my games, not just this game. And of course, my 7 Deadly Sins content, which I know not all of you guys play, but you know, it's still a really fun game. So I like to check it out, but make sure you subscribe for that. But that's enough self-promotion. Let's get right into this video. So Elphelt, the last one of the GG collab. Baiken is gone, so if you wanted Baiken, I hope you pulled for her. She's really solid. Elphelt, if you aren't able to get her, it's okay. But as I say with every single limited unit, pull for them if you can, because they can be good in the future. There's gonna be other units that may pair up really well with them. There can be other artifacts that come and help them a lot. But if you don't have enough bookmarks to pull for her, not to worry. Make sure you have Dizzy though. She's definitely the one you want for sure. That is #1 priority right now, is getting Dizzy. Elphelt, I would get because she's a limited unit. Why do I say that? Case in point, a lot of people still think she's bad and I don't understand why, because she's actually really good. But one of the limited units that is really freaking good, that people thought she sucked at the beginning, was Cerise. And she honestly rounds out a lot of teams and is better than Bazaar in some scenarios, which is saying something about a unit that is limited, which means new players will not have access to her. And you will not see her for at least like a year, which means that, hey, you need to pull for limited heroes if you can, regardless of what you hear. And that includes Elphelt. Of course, if you have to prioritize, you're free to play. I understand that. That is for sure a thing. I've been in some scenarios where I wasn't able to pull certain banners, and this is one of those cases where you really have to think about it. I would get Dizzy for sure because she's going to help you way more than Elphelt and has way more potential right now. But Elphelt, of course, really good. But alright, enough talking about the setup and everything. Let's talk about the unit itself and a lot of the controversies that are going on with it that I will discuss after. But I'm going to be taking a look at stats, skills, telling you where you can use her, and then the controversies, what I think about them, and my thoughts on her as a whole. And then we're going to talk about the artifact at the end, and then a summary. So that's the order. So first, stats. Big thing with stats, y'all are going to start seeing where she kind of, the idea of her is, which is why I waited to make this video, because I have definitely said some wrong things, including about ML Haste, which is why I want to make the other video, because he's definitely way better than I thought. So I want to make sure that I wanted to wait at least a day to see some videos on her to start seeing what she actually could do. That's one of the big things. But stat-wise, again, I'm just going to go over the hero in a vacuum. Stat-wise, really freaking good. 115 speed. That's faster than, like, about the same speed as Dizzy. That's faster than Bazaar, faster than Oxlots, faster than Charles. So again, for a fire unit, big thing, faster than Bazaar. That's the first thing you have to look at, whether or not she's good. So having a unit that's faster than Bazaar, first thing that comes to mind, can she counter Bazaar? Second thing that's going to come to mind is, can she counter Charles? That's the big thing. That's what people want her to do. And we'll talk about whether or not she can do that. So skill 1. Oh, before I start, animation-wise, she's amazing. You cannot complain about her look because she's amazing. I know about the ultimate. I know everyone's disappointed about the ultimate because they censored it. And you know, man, it happens. Y'all wilding out there, but it's fine. She still looks really good. Like, she looks really freaking good. Her idle animation is like really cute. I think she's really cool. Like, her idle animation, like, I like the bunny ears, like the roses that she pulls out a gun from them and a sword. So I think she's actually a really cool looking character. But let's just talk about skill 1. So skill 1, actually really solid. Look at that. I love the firing animation. Like, it just looks, I love gun characters in this game. But skill 1, pretty solid. I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty freaking good. Unable to be buffed will come in handy in a lot of PvE stages, including Asimec Hunt and Golem, and then some Abyss stages here and there. This skill, you'll probably be using it. So really solid first skill. Having something like this on skill 1 is really good. Second skill, it makes more sense with the rest of her kit. So I'll have to talk about the third skill before I come back to the second skill, and y'all will understand why. So I'm gonna skip it and go straight to the ultimate for now. So the ultimate is usually what you're gonna open with if you're using her. Really, really nice soul burn, and that's a big thing that when you can ignore effect resistance, it's just kind of a high price for a single target move. I've always felt like most single target soul burns should be 10 souls, and the fact that this one is 20 does a big disservice to her, as we'll find out in the future. But overall, this skill really freaking amazing on paper and like just overall, because it's 100% chance to decrease defense, sleep, and dispel one buff all in one skill that also does damage. Why am I saying that's insane? The only other skill that I can think of that's single target that can do as much as this one does on a single target move is Falconeer Clury. The biggest difference, yes, Falconeer Clury can strip all buffs. This one only strips one. But again, Falconeer Clury, no damage. Falconeer Clury's skill 3 does no damage. Elphelt does damage, which means he can get around barriers, which is nice because she's for most people are built the way I'm building her is a speedy build and as an opener. So it's nice that she's able to do damage with this skill and try to get some of those FCC shields and then be able to take off immunity if they have it. So pretty good. Actually really, really solid. And then the sleep, worst case scenario, you put the target to sleep, even if you don't get the decreased defense. So that's basically a stun, as long as you don't have a character that has to do an AoE. So that's pretty freaking good. On a skill on a skill, really, really solid. And a 14 cooldown, that's not that high, y'all. That's actually really, really low. Like it's pretty solid. So let's look at the animation. So this animation that people are upset, yes, they cut it short in a very particular part. We got it, but all in all, I still think it's really amazing. Like the little tongue thing she does at the end. I'm like, oh, that's so goofy. She's so goofy. But still, really cool animation. I just love seeing the bullet fly. And like the roses. I don't know, all the Guilty Gear characters have such amazing animation. I haven't played the game. I know like the animation comes from that. But I just think it's so cool that you get to see it in like a game and it fits so well with the game. But look at that. Spice. Alright. So pretty solid. So now let's start talking about where most likely you will be able to use her. So PvE. Really good. Honestly, I'm probably gonna build mine for PvE. Where, particularly, Asimec Hunt 3. So I didn't show you guys the health, but there it is. 5,700 health. That's really good. If you give her like one health, like maxed out at 65%, you basically already have, like, plus the helmet, you already basically have over a 10k HP Elphelt. So I know she's not going to be dying in Asimec Hunt 13, which I'm struggling with for some reason. I don't know why I can't clear it properly yet. But she probably might be my answer, because the fact that she has that high of a base speed and HP makes her a really good candidate as a debuffer for Asimec Hunt. Why do I say that? Skill 1, unable to be buffed. That means it can't get its weird buff. The boss is immune to sleep, and she has a defense break. That's all you need, honestly. In that one hunt, all you need is a decreased defense. And if you're in on it and take off the buff, this skill is able to do that job perfectly. And this paired with their artifact, oh, that's defense break city. That's one character that does hella work for you. Yeah, biggest problem, I'm gonna be lacking a little bit of AoE, but I think I can live with that with how much this skill does. I think I can live with that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm okay with that. So really, really solid skill. Really, really solid for Asimec Hunt. Golem, she's fire. Really good setup. I know Soul Bad Guy is the main way to kill Golem. He's basically a must-have for Golem. But you know, in the future, someone might be watching this video. This is a really good unit for that. If you don't have Soul for some reason or don't want to build him, she's still good. She even with Soul. If you set up the team to be like your first 2 units to be able to clear the first stage, which is hard, but it is possible with certain characters, Arbiter Vildred, you know, you should be able to do this. And then set up the buff for Soul Bad Guy to come in, one punch him, and GG. So, pretty cool. Pretty nice for Golem. And a lot of Abyss stages, she actually would probably come in handy to be able to decrease defense like that and apply unable to be buffed. And the crit chance, oh, I didn't talk about the second skill. Increased crit chance, really freaking good. As I know with Challenger Dami, really freaking good. Decreasing defense of all enemies when you kill. That won't come up a lot in PvE, but PvP, it will come up occasionally. And we're going to talk about that now. So PvP. So this is the part where there is a lot of drama. And some of y'all probably have already seen it. The biggest thing, honestly, I hate how he's getting, don't hate on the guy. He was trying his best, and I think he did a really good job. But Tenha, really big Epic 7 YouTuber, showcased her with like end game gear. And people were saying, oh, she's not fully Molagoran. So that's why she didn't do a lot of damage. Y'all, yes, it was Roana. But don't give him hate. Yes, it was Roana, so it makes sense she didn't do a lot of damage. At the same time, though, think of an end game player. Like, we're talking like, this dude is like big whaling. Like, he has every character in the game, I'm pretty sure. And has like the godliest tier for like, I think he has like a set that like, a helmet that has 44% attack. And he did a video where he attacked a Roana and it only did 8k. Y'all probably seen the image. And a lot of other YouTubers that have showcased her have shown how disappointed they are on the damage. And I have to agree, the damage is not there. So why are people disappointed in that in PvP? And why do people think she's bad because of it? So the reason people think she's bad is because her whole kit revolves and it looks like she's fast. And that means faster than Bazaar. So the idea is she comes in with this skill, strips Bazaar, decreases defense and sleep. So that's 2 debuff, which guarantees her the next crit because when you sleep, it's 100% crit. You come in with this second skill. They have 2 debuffs, so it should be doing way more damage. And you increase the crit rate of your whole team. And then you kill the target and then set up a defense break for anyone else who didn't have a immunity buff. So that's the way that a lot of people have been using her. It's like a super speedy opener. And they've given her the gear that would most likely have worked if you had put it on like any other character. And that's the big thing that she does. She is unable to do that. But her whole kit tells you, I can do it. But then the multipliers are like, no, you can't. Which is sad. Because that's what it looks like she can do. And that looks like the only thing she's good for is that. That's what people think. And that's why people think she's bad for PvP. And people are like, do not pull for her. Don't do this. Like, she stinks. And I have to agree, it is not what the kit promised. Is she bad? So that's the next question I have to answer. Is she bad? Is she actually bad for PvP? So we already talked, she can't do her job. If she can kill a Bazaar, she definitely can't kill a Charles. So is she bad? Not really. So big thing, one of the things I will discuss is the effectiveness, which is the other reason I don't think her being a speedy opener to counter Bazaar was what she's going to become, unless they buff her. You know, they might, because so many people are complaining about it. They might actually buff her. I highly doubt it, but there is a chance. But I'm just saying this without the buff. The biggest thing, her kit revolves around these debuffs, and as you'll know, all characters have an innate 15% chance to resist debuffs, which automatically makes it so if you are using her as your opener to counter Bazaar, you just lost yourself the fight. And you shouldn't be doing that for PvP. And that's one thing I will talk about way more in depth in my consistency video and why it's so important. One of those things is effect resistance of 15% on all characters really hurts this character as a big opener. And the damage just makes it even worse because you have a 15% chance to miss. And I like miss your debuff, so you don't strip, you don't let decrease defense, you don't let sleep. And then she doesn't have the damage, so you would have to invest way more than on any other unit to make her do the same job that you can probably give the exact same gear to your Kayron, and Kayron would be able to do it, but she can't. So it's like, okay, so it sounds like really bad, right? So you're like, you just bash, you said she was okay, but then you just bash on her for like 30 minutes straight. This is the thing, y'all. She was not meant to be, which is sad, it's weird, and it's weird me saying this, she was not meant to be an opener. She was meant to be a defensive controller. And most likely, a going second unit. Why do I say that? The rest of her kit helps a lot as a going second or third unit in your team. The fact that she can do 2 attacks on the same turn, really, really solid. This skill, if you open with an AoE, like let's say Bazaar, or Emma honestly is the best one. Let's say you open Emma, you take off the turn, reduce the cooldown of a Bazaar, then she can come in, because she has high speed, she should be able to come second after Elitica. She comes in, she does this skill on the Charles, and puts him to sleep. Worst case scenario, you're probably going to, like, you might miss completely. You still get to take another turn and do a lot of poke damage on that Charles. And you're able to increase the rest of the crit rate of your team. The other thing is you can also make her go third on your team. So let's say you have a Challenger Dami with your Lidica. Your Challenger Dami comes in, let's say you start with Bazaar. Bazaar comes in, ultimate. He crits on everyone. Challenger Dami gets the next turn. You push everyone back. Challenger Dami, I know it's redundant to have extra crit rate. Challenger Dami comes in, does her ultimate, pushes attack bar a little bit more, attacks, and then you come in with this skill, and you can soul burn it because now you have mages, and now you don't have to worry about missing your debuff. So now you can get a guaranteed debuff on a Charles to lock him out because you already took out his barrier. So now you can stun him for 1 turn, defense break him, and put him to sleep. So you can let someone else get the kill. You don't have to kill the Charles. But because you have Challenger Dami, and you already probably did poke damage or almost killed someone else, you can sleep the Charles, come in with this skill, kill the character, defense break the whole enemy team. And then at the end, let's say they have MLCC, this skill will stop MLCC from wiping out the rest of your team. Or you can even do this and just sleep the MLCC and then put this on someone else on the team. And then the 4th unit can be whatever you want. I would honestly just do another one-shot unit. So, you know, she has potential. Her kit is there. The fact that they gave her this soul burn makes it so she has more potential than like if she didn't have the soul burn, she would be useless. If they lowered this to be 10, she would actually be really, really good. So I'm a little disappointed that the soul burn isn't 10, but then it'd be kind of broken. So, you know, you have that. So I think there will come a time where honestly, I would honestly build her with high effectiveness, high speed, decent damage, and like health. Because like, if you can get her to live, this skill is on a 4-turn cooldown and it gives you an extra turn. So that's like every 3 turns basically, you have access to this skill. So like this ultimate, and then her next turn, boom, ultimate's back up. You can do the combo all over again. So, you know, I don't think she's that bad for extended fights. And tank teams are kind of nasty. Tank buff teams, like Emma made Chloe, you don't even have to use this skill. You can literally just use this skill to strip and set this up. So like, I really do think she has potential. Am I going to invest in her right now? No. I don't think she's the best for the meta right now. So if you want to know my honest thoughts on whether I'm not going to build her, no, because honestly, for me, she's not been doing that great. RTA, I think she has potential. Regular arena, she does not. But last but not least, I know I've been talking for a while. I'm even getting a little sore throat from talking so much. Her artifact, really freaking amazing. Like really, really, really good. Like almost a most pull. Why? Wyvern, really freaking good for some consistency increases. For certain characters, this will increase a lot. Not for Furious. It is not meant for Furious. I would say Seaside Bellona teams that are using Bloodstone. If you can get slightly better gear on your Angelica, make sure she survives longer. This skill can make your runs more consistent by getting you through the barrier phase. Unless you're able to just kill the boss before the barrier phase. But that's like, most people can't do that. So, this, pretty solid. Other thing that's really solid for her, Asimec Hunt, oh, that's just, it's a beauty. It's honestly like, you could honestly turn off her skills because all she needs is to be popping that first skill, getting that defense break, and that cannot be buffed on the Asimec Hunt boss. And then all you have to worry about that the rest of your team does is kill the little things and sustain. So like 1 healer, 1 attacker, and then the 4th one can be like support for anything else you need. So Really, really good. Cerise, oh man. Honestly, I think it's going to be one of the best artifacts for Cerise because you can just do S2, stun, and potentially get a defense break. That's crippling. That literally can win you a fight. And even if it doesn't, your Cerise is going to be lapping most characters. So you're bound to get it from just autoing or your skill 2 before the fight is over. So really, really good. It's just a solid artifact, and it's the only one ordinary artifact that actually applies to defense break. So this is a very long video because it is a very controversial character, and it's a collab hero. My thoughts, all in all, which is I'm gonna put the timestamp at the end for the summary. Should you pull for her? Yes, she is a limited unit. You never know what people are gonna come up with in a month or two, like Cerise. Cerise was crazy. Like, she's way stronger than people thought. So definitely try to pull for her if you can. She's a limited unit. Is she good for PvE? Oh, amazing. Like, Asimec, like, it honestly, I need to build her just for Asimec Hunt, and I'll be happy. I don't need her to perform for PvP because it's not for my cup of tea. Is she bad for PvP? Yes and no. She's not like unusable, but she's not like meta. She's probably more like, you'll probably see her almost as much as you'll see like CC. Like regular CC, not fallen CC. So that's my thoughts on her. Kind of inconsistent, which is her biggest problem, and one of the biggest things is consistency in this game, and a lot of resources needed. But that is all I have for you guys today. I can't believe this video took so long. I'll see you next time. Peace.